For decades, Terrence Malick remained one of Hollywood's most mysterious figures. A poet behind the camera, a philosopher who rarely spoke, and a filmmaker whose work blurred the line between cinema and spirituality. His films like The Thin Red Line, Days of Heaven, In the Tree of Life have inspired generations of directors and movie lovers. Yet Malick himself almost never gave interviews or revealed his personal influences. That's why when, at 81, he finally opened up about the 10 films that shaped his soul.
Most films today are very busy with sound.
Cinephiles were stunned. His list wasn't just a collection of classics, it was a reflection of his inner world. Beauty, memory, faith, nature, and the eternal human search for meaning.
That's a new section you came in.
Hey, it's going great.
Yeah, it's fine.
1. 2001, A Space Odyssey, 1968. It's no surprise that Stanley Kubrick's 2001, A Space Odyssey sits near the top of Malick's list. The film's meditative pacing, cosmic imagery, and spiritual ambition directly influenced his own filmmaking style. Malick reportedly saw 2001 multiple times in theaters, fascinated by how Kubrick used silence, music, and vastness to tell a story about evolution and transcendence. He once told a close friend that 2001
I really do.
wasn't about space, it was about man's place in the infinite. You can feel Kubrick's fingerprints all over the Tree of Life, the celestial imagery, the birth of stars, the wordless awe at existence itself. For Malick, 2001 proved that cinema could be both philosophical and poetic, a kind of moving prayer. 2. The Seventh Seal, 1957. Ingmar Bergman's The Seventh Seal was another profound influence. The film's haunting dialogue between a medieval knight and death resonated deeply with Malick, who studied philosophy before becoming a filmmaker. He admired Bergman's courage to confront mortality head-on and his ability to turn existential questions into powerful visual metaphors. The stark beaches, the quiet despair, the human longing for meaning.
Slår han omkull pjäserna för att vinna tid.
These themes would echo throughout Malick's own work. When Malick was a young man studying Heidegger, The Seventh Seal reminded him that cinema could grapple with the same mysteries as philosophy: faith, doubt, and the silence of God. 3. The Red Balloon, 1956. Albert Lamoris's The Red Balloon may seem simple, a short French film about a boy and his balloon. But for Malick, it captured something eternal. He once described the film as a prayer for innocence. Its lack of dialogue, poetic imagery, and childlike wonder became hallmarks of Malick's own storytelling. When you watch The Tree of Life or The New World, you can feel the red balloon's spirit, that same fascination with purity, discovery, and the fragile beauty of everyday life. Malick often said that true cinema should see the world through the eyes of a child. Lamoris's film did exactly that, and it stayed with him forever. 4. Andrei Rublev, 1966. Andrei Tarkovsky's Andrei Rublev was another touchstone for Malick, a film that approached art, faith, and suffering with solemn reverence. Malick once called Tarkovsky a painter of time. He admired how the Russian director allowed images to breathe, long takes of rain, fire, and silence, letting emotion rise naturally. Andrei Rublev's exploration of the artist's purpose in a chaotic world deeply inspired Malick. Both directors shared a belief that art was not entertainment, but a sacred act, an attempt to glimpse the divine. When asked once why he loved Tarkovsky, Malick replied simply, because he listens to silence. 5. Sunrise, A Song of Two Humans, 1927. F.W. Murnau's Sunrise was one of the first silent films that truly moved Malick. It told the story of love, betrayal, and redemption with imagery so lyrical it needed no words. Malick saw in Sunrise a pure form of cinema, where emotion was expressed through light, shadow, and movement rather than dialogue. In many ways, Days of Heaven is Malick's own sunrise. a story of doomed love told through breathtaking landscapes and fleeting glances. He admired how Murnau found the sacred in the ordinary. Sunlight on water, wind through grass. Something Malick would do again and again in his own work. 6. The Passion of Joan of Arc, 1928. Carl Theodor Dreyer's The Passion of Joan of Arc had a profound spiritual impact on Malick. He was captivated by Maria Falconetti's raw, tearful performance and Dreyer's uncompromising close-ups. Malick believed that Falconetti's face revealed the soul's battle with doubt. He often used similar close-ups in his films, searching eyes, trembling faces. To reveal inner emotion without words. For Malick, The Passion of Joan of Arc proved that cinema could be sacred. It wasn't just storytelling, it was a form of prayer, an offering of human vulnerability to something higher. 7. Wild Strawberries, 1957. Bergman appears again on Malick's list.
Beautiful close-ups I have got in my life is in the end.
This time with Wild Strawberries, a film about aging, regret, and spiritual awakening. The story of an old man reflecting on his life deeply moved Malick, who saw in it the cinematic embodiment of self-examination. The dream sequences, filled with surreal imagery and emotional symbolism, directly inspired The Tree of Life and To the Wonder. Malick admired how Bergman treated memory as both a burden and a gift, something that shapes who we are and connects us to others across time. 8. Tokyo Story, 1953. Yasujiro Ozu's Tokyo Story was another revelation. The film's quiet simplicity, a story about aging parents visiting their indifferent children, struck Malick as one of the purest expressions of compassion ever filmed. He loved Ozu's use of stillness and domestic detail, the sound of wind, the rhythm of footsteps, the space between conversations. For Malick, Tokyo Story embodied the beauty of the mundane. The divine is often found in the small things, he once said, echoing Ozu's philosophy. You can see Ozu's influence in Malick's own patient camera, which lingers on hands brushing wheat, children running, or sunlight filtering through trees. 9. The Mirror, 1975. Another Tarkovsky masterpiece on Malick's list, The Mirror resonated with him on a deeply personal level. Its fragmented structure, weaving between memory, dream, and reality, felt like the visual language Malick had always sought. He admired how Tarkovsky turned personal recollection into universal poetry. The film's non-linear narrative, jumping between a mother's face, a burning barn, and a child's voice, was something Malick himself would explore decades later in The Tree of Life. Both men saw film not as a story, but as a meditation, an emotional experience that bypasses logic and speaks directly to the soul. 10. Citizen Kane, 1941. Finally, no list of Malick's inspirations would be complete without Citizen Kane. Orson Welles' groundbreaking storytelling, deep-focused cinematography, and bold structure showed Malick what was possible with film form. He admired how Welles combined technical mastery with emotional power.
Missing piece.
It's only after this do we return to the same omnipotent perspective that opened the film,
turning a man's rise and fall into a modern tragedy. While Malick's style is far more introspective, he often cited Citizen Kane as the moment American cinema grew up. It was proof that movies could be art, as sophisticated, complex, and enduring as any novel or symphony. When Terrence Malick finally revealed his 10 favorite films, the list felt like a map of his creative soul. These weren't just movies he admired. They were the foundation of his entire philosophy of filmmaking. Each one shared something in common, a reverence for beauty, time, and truth. From 2001's Cosmic Silence to Tokyo Story's Human Stillness, from Sunrise's romance to The Mirror's memory, Malick saw in all of them the same sacred pursuit, to capture life as it truly is, fleeting and miraculous.